Everybody, this week's episode is sponsored by us. We've completely redesigned runeatdrink.net to show you the best of the races, the most delicious food and tasty beverages so that you know where you can accomplish, explore, and indulge right along with us. So please visit runeatdrink.net and see the best of the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. And also, we have a new store. So when you visit the website, you can see the fantastic merchandise that we have, and you can buy it and support your favorite podcast. Support our show at runeatdrink.net. We also have a second sponsor. It's Pure Creative Apparel. You like that merchandise on our website? They can design a logo, t-shirts, all sorts of swag. If you have a community organization, a school, a business, a company that needs some apparel, visit purecreativeapparel.com. They are awesome and they will meet all your apparel needs. Thank you so much to Pure Creative Apparel for sponsoring this week's show. Hey everybody, it's Amy from the Run, Eat, Drink podcast at runeatdrink.net. Welcome to Jacksonville Beach and the home of the Donna Marathon Weekend. We're here to kick it off just right at the 5K Social Shakeout Run on Friday of the entire weekend's event.
Man, what a great group! Can I get a selfie?
So we're off on the 3.1 5K Social Shakeout Run with Donna. Just talking to her, get you all excited. So, and there's Donna. We are running it in at the Social Shakeout Run for the Donna Marathon Weekend and kick it off right in beautiful downtown, the Jacksonville Beach area, right here at Southern Grounds Coffee Shop, where we talk to Donna, Dr. Perez, and Jeff Galloway. This has been a beautiful course through the neighborhoods. Beautiful tour of some gorgeous places by the beach. Met some really great people. This is just such a friendly group of people. Such a feel-good way to kick off the weekend. And together we will end breast cancer. So let's run it in and finish it off. Go! Yes! We did it! Yay! So of course, now that the running is done, it is time to eat and drink. We have big plans for some mini donuts next door. But first, we're gonna check out Southern Swells. It's a local brewery that's going to expand our horizons with some IPAs and also some of our favorites in some stouts, and maybe we'll try some sours. So let's go check out what Southern Swells has to offer. This is one of my favorite portions of our show. This is the drinking portion of our show. And I have one of the co-owners, Corey Adams, here. And a flight welcome to our show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. You have such a cool space, and you've been here for 2 years?
2 years, so it's been about 2 years and 2 weeks.
Yeah, and what inspired you to start the brewery?
So my partner Jay and I were old high school buddies from up in Rhode Island. So we both relocated down to Jacksonville about 10 years ago and kind of kicked around the idea of opening a brewery for way too many years until we finally said, hey, let's stop talking about it and let's make a real run at this. And that was about 5 years ago. So that's when we really kind of cranked up the brewing. Jay went to school in Chicago at Siebel Institute for commercial brewing.
Nice.
Started putting together a business plan and seeing if we could get funding to open this.
This is, I mean, it's gorgeous. And you host some private events here.
Yep.
And you do all the brewing here on site.
Yep. So there's basically two of us that handle all the brewing.
Uh-huh.
I think right now we're on pace to maybe do like 600-700 barrels or so for the year. So it's a lot with two people, but it's fun work.
What do we have as a sampling today?
So we'll start with Karate. So that's
this one?
Yep, this is our flagship New England IPA.
Okay.
It's brewed with Simcoe and Mosaic Cryo, which are kind of a fairly new type of hop. Only been around the last like 2 years or so. You'll see it in a lot of New England style IPAs, but they actually separate the hop, so they remove all the vegetative components of it and leave you with just like essentially like the citrus flavors. So you
so it's
you
not
basically
as
use
piney?
Exactly, and
Okay.
and it won't. They'll last a lot longer before they start kind of turning and changing, and you actually can use them in smaller quantities and still get kind of the same amount of flavor as a traditional hop pellet.
So I get the citrus. I don't get any piney kind of flavor here.
You get like a grapefruit is a common one that we'll get. A melon is a common aroma that you'll get from Mosaic. That beer, you can smell it from a couple of feet away.
Yeah, yeah, it's really fragrant in the nose, but it's not, I would say, as piney or as bitter as some others that I've had before.
And that's common with that particular style is you don't have a lot of that like resiny bitterness that you'd find in a traditional American IPA or West Coast IPA.
It's more approachable for somebody who might be a little intimidated by IPAs.
Yeah, very true. And that's a common thing we hear behind the bar is, I don't really like IPAs.
Yeah.
And we usually will pour them a couple things and then pour them a Karate, and 9 times out of 10 they end up with that beer. We have a lot of fun with our names, as you can probably see from the draft list. So
yes.
That one is a quote from Step Brothers, and we actually came up with that beer. One of our buddies owns a bottle shop here called Really Good Beer Stop. It's right down the road. And he said, hey, you guys should brew a New England IPA and call it Karate in the Garage. And this was like 3 weeks before we opened. So we said, all right, let's do it. And that's how that came about. And, sure enough, fast forward 2 years later, and it's our most popular beer.
Yeah.
It's what we're definitely known for in the area.
Yeah.
So, funny how things happen.
And what do we have next?
All right, so this is actually a pretty similar beer, but I wanted you to try it since it's our 2-year anniversary IPA. So we've been in the habit of, at least with these first 2 years, doing a few different can and bottle releases on the anniversary, but we always brew some specific anniversary beer, and this is a combination of Mosaic and Nelson hop. So it's going to be a much different flavor profile from the one you just had.
Okay.
But the body should be pretty similar.
Okay. So what kind of flavors should we expect here?
So you'll get, so it's got the Mosaic, so you'll still get some of that melon, some of that citrus, but the Nelson hop is a little bit more kind of like white wine, piney, but still not very bitter. It should be pretty easy drinking, but you'll definitely get a much different profile from that beer.
Like drier.
Yeah, like
a drier finish.
Yep, exactly, and more of that like grape, like white grape finish.
It's true. Yes.
That's my favorite beer we have on right now, so that's why.
Is it? And you just call it 2-year anniversary?
Yep, yeah, so that one's...
You keep it simple on the anniversary.
That's the one beer that isn't a very creative name.
This next one is Northern Roots and Fire?
Yeah, so this is our annual anniversary Imperial Stout. So this one was aged for 10 months in bourbon barrels and then treated with habaneros, vanilla beans, cinnamon, and liquid cocoa.
So will it be different levels of spice?
Yeah, it's not over the top spicy. You get it on the finish, and you can tell there's peppers in there, but it's not going to destroy your palate for the rest of the day.
Because like I smell like that waxy kind of smell.
Yeah, and I get a lot of the chocolate on the aroma.
Oh, in the mouth too. Yeah, but the barrel age is like that, right?
Yeah, it's very smooth. We only did about 4 months in the barrels for last year's release, and having the extra 6 months this year was a noticeable difference in just the barrel character and how much smoother it drank.
Oh, and there's like some of that fire on the end,
yeah,
right? After you have a couple.
It kind of depends on what glass you get to out of the keg, because a lot of the pepper taste we've noticed kind of settles either top or bottom. So some of the bottles that we did are hotter than others, and get a little bit of variance in there.
But it's not. Okay, so you said habanero, right? Is in here.
Yep.
It's not gonna blow you away, or it's not impossible. It's not overwhelming the rest of the flavors.
Yeah.
Or the aging. So.
And it's not too hot. We didn't go too crazy with the peppers.
Seems like the pepper is really there more for flavor as opposed to a gimmick.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
But this one you could have, like.
Could you do a pint of that?
I could. I
Okay.
could totally. I mean, what's the ABV on this one? Is this?
It's 10.5%.
Yeah, well, maybe that's all you're gonna have is just one, unless you have a designated driver like I do sometimes.
Exactly.
And what is this last one that we have
So
here?
this is a nice Star Wars reference.
I'm very
I know
excited.
we're both Star Wars nerds, so
Yes.
perfect. So this is In a Galaxy, even closer by. It's a Citra Galaxy double IPA. And what we did for our 2-year was we did 2 double IPA versions of our most popular single IPAs. So we have an IPA called In a Galaxy, really, really close by, and then this was the double IPA version of that. So kind of the same basic beer, just a ramped up grain bill to bring the ABV from like 6 to 8%.
So it's a little bit higher.
Yep.
And then what kind of hops are here?
So it's Galaxy and Citra, so you'll still get some citrus notes, but the Galaxy, I've heard people say onion, garlic, kind of like an intense resiny taste. It again still won't be very bitter, but much different profile than the first 2 that you had.
I enjoy this. I don't think it's just because it's named for Star Wars.
Helps though, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
This is the episode where Amy becomes a hophead, right here.
Do I become a hophead? Maybe I just like Galaxy hops. I don't know. It's not really bitter, and
Everything he said is true.
It's sneaky for 8% too. It goes down a little too easy for a double IPA.
I feel like, how we're doing all this running this weekend for the Donna Marathon Weekend. I feel like we could have like a pint of this after each race, or maybe a couple, actually.
But at 8%.
Well, maybe not. Okay.
If you do the Gate River Run down here, what's that, in the end of March, you can drink during the race in that one.
Ooh.
There's people that hand out beers too. It's a 15K, and you'll be at like mile 7, and someone hands you a full beer, which is...
You're like,
yeah.
there you go. Powered by beer.
Yep, that's right before you run the bridges, which is the hilliest part of the course. So.
Somebody told us that's the end of that race.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Oh my God, have you ever done it?
Yeah, we've done it, I think 3 or 4 times now. So, it's fun though. It's music the whole way through. But the Donna's a great race too. So.
Yeah. We're excited for this weekend. So if people are coming for the Donna weekend next year, or they're coming to that Gate River Run, which sounds really interesting, how can they find out more about the brewery?
Yeah, so easiest way would be on social, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. We post a lot of content there regularly. Our website, southernswells.com, is pretty up to date with draft lists, upcoming events. Usually about a month or 2 out, we'll have everything loaded on there event-wise. Yeah.
So come on by, Southern Swells. We can't thank you enough for taking time to talk with us about the brewery. And, well, here's to Southern Swells.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you, Corey.
Welcome.
Yay. It is time to eat. It is time to explore the mini bar, donuts, and coffee. Let's have some espresso donuts. Let's have some maybe Rice Krispie Treat donuts. There are endless varieties on the menu for us to try.
I knew there was going to be a moment where we had the cops and donuts joke, and that moment has now arrived. We just went over to Southern Swells. Those guys are fantastic. They're making amazing beers, and if you're in the Jacksonville area, especially in the Jacksonville Beaches area, you absolutely need to check them out. But right next door, almost in a shared space, they have a little place called the Mini Bar, Donuts and Coffee. And this place is awesome. You have the kitchen back behind us. On the other side of that subway tile wall, they are rocking and rolling, making the most adorable, tiny, dare I say, mini donuts in all sorts of gourmet flavors, and you can get a little variety pack and sample them. And then as we walked in, their coffee bar is rocking. We noticed that their special today is a Cocoa Puffs cereal milk latte. So they actually fresh make everything and then top it with crushed Cocoa Puff. And that is just childhood in a cup, right there. That's the bottom of the cereal bowl. That's the best part of Saturday morning cereal, the Saturday morning cartoons, right there.
Caffeinated.
Just caffeinated.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a sampler. Amy got a sampler, but I think that she's shoving me in front of the camera because police officer eating donuts.
Yes.
Not doing it in uniform. Never do that. But off duty, I will destroy this box more than likely.
Yes.
So I picked up a variety of 4. The first is their Pop-Tart. So you got a white cake donut with frosting, sprinkles, raspberry jam, and actually a little piece of a Pop-Tart right there in the middle. The donuts are still warm from being fried just a minute ago. Amazing.
Is it like a Pop-Tart?
It's like eating a Pop-Tart. So
Only softer.
only softer and freshly made. I don't know that anyone's ever had a freshly made Pop-Tart. The second one that I got is one that's on their menu for, they're doing a promotion where you're having the chance to vote for what's coming onto the menu full time. This is the Rice Krispie Treat. So that is a little bit of vanilla frosting, Rice Krispies, and then it is drizzled with marshmallow, basically marshmallow fluff. So. Again, donut's still warm from just being cooked. It's perfect, almost a little crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the inside, and that top is it's a raspberry it's a Rice Krispie treat. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And as you can see, these are little bite-sized donuts, so great for snacking. The third might be my kryptonite because it's this time of year. If you've gone to a grocery store here in the United States, you may have been accosted by little girls in Girl Scout uniforms selling Girl Scout cookies. This is their take on a Samoa. So you've got your chocolate, your caramel, and your toasted coconut.
Oh, yum.
Here. Again, these donuts, you could literally eat these donuts plain. They're just light, warm, and that is a Samoa cookie made into a donut, period.
It's a winner for you.
So all of these are a winner for me. Again, no one's going to be surprised. Cop and donut. So, last but certainly not least, this might be, for some, sacrilege. For others, the most glorious thing they've ever seen. This is a combination of savory and sweet, and you have a maple glaze topped with bacon. So, a maple bacon donut. Again, these donuts are phenomenal. They're perfect as far as the cakiness. They're not too dense, warm to the touch, soft.
And the maple bacon is available with sriracha also?
Apparently, if we walked in here, if you walk in, or as you walk in, there's an area where kids can get up on a step and look and watch them making the donuts. They had a bottle of sriracha, and I asked the young lady behind the counter, I said, okay, I've got to ask, what in the world do you guys do back there that requires a bottle of sriracha? And she said, the maple bacon donut. So I didn't get that bowl, but
No.
I will tell you, that donut is fantastic on its own. If you'd like a little spicy hit, that might be a good way to go. So you would have the sweet, savory, and the spicy all in one shot. So, you're here in the Jacksonville Beach area. You go next door for a delicious, tasty beer. Or, you want to come here for a phenomenal, fresh-made coffee. And they actually do have beer on tap here as well. The mini bar, Donuts and Coffee, is going to be probably one of the best places we could suggest for you in the Jacksonville Beach area for a light snack, light breakfast, mid-afternoon snack will pick me up. So check this place out. You're not going to regret it.
Well, everybody, that's a wrap from the Social Shakeout Run here to kick off the Donna Marathon Weekend. So for now, from the Run Eat Drink podcast, it's Amy. Be sure to visit our website at runeatdrink.net. Check out that brand new store, those brand new race photos, delicious food and beverage photos, and check out the pure creative apparel as part of that store. Support the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we're Run Eat Drink Podcast. And on Twitter, we're Run Eat Drink Pod. Follow us so that you can accomplish, explore, and indulge too. We'll see you soon.